What is the purpose behind rolling like a ball? Well, the main purpose is to have fun. And there are other purposes as well, which is what this video is all about, as well as tips to help you improve your rolling like a ball. All right, so as I mentioned, have fun is number one. And the next purpose is the fact that it's one of the basic 5 Pilates mat exercises. So that means that we learn it early on because it's going to help us prepare for more advanced exercises later on in the mat sequence. Another purpose is to massage our spine. So if we've been sitting for long periods of time, then this is actually a really great exercise to do. Get down on the mat, roll out your spine. And another purpose behind it is it's a breathing exercise, which, let's be honest, what Pilates exercise isn't about the breath? And so when we're rolling, we inhale while we roll back and we exhale while we roll up. So you could actually think of a huge gust of wind helping you roll back up to sitting and use that as your exhale, which will also help improve your rolling like a ball. More on that coming. And another purpose for rolling like a ball is to be able to get down on the floor as well as stand back up. Now, why would we be worrying about this when we're rolling? Well, this is actually really helpful for us because it helps us get up off of the mat, which helps us get up out of a chair, which also helps us get up off the floor. They all go hand in hand, and especially the fact that we're in this really deep hip flexion, and then you practice doing that, and then you work on standing up from the mat. So that translates into everyday life with us getting up and out of a chair, and being able to do that in that little ball means that we're using our abdominals, preparing our legs, and using less of our arms and hands. So all of these are our purposes for rolling like a ball. But remember, the number one purpose is always to have fun. As promised, here are some tips to help you improve your rolling like a ball. So you will need a few things to give you a little bit of assistance, and that would be a bar. And so if you don't have a short dowel, you can always use like the Swiffer broom handle or a mop handle. You know, get creative with it, whatever you can find. Ooh. As well as a ball. So this one is a decent sized ball. It doesn't need to be super inflated. If you have kids, you can always steal one of their balls. Don't tell them. And also a magic circle. So it can be a magic circle or a bar, and then also it can be a ball or a yoga block would also work as well. Okay. Now, first tip is when you're rolling, if you find yourself not able to get back up, keep rocking back and forth. So, for example, you start out with your feet lifted and you're gonna roll back to your shoulders and you're gonna try to come back up. And as you can see, sometimes you don't make it all the way back up. So, don't get discouraged and just keep rocking, even if you're making little tiny rocks, until you get back up. I know sometimes it can feel like a turtle on its back on that shell, and just keep, trying to get back up. Keep going, don't stop. So as soon as you stop, you lose all of your movement, all of your momentum, which we'll get to that, and then you kind of get discouraged. So that's why you just gotta keep rocking. All right, so the other thing is your hand positions. So you can start out with your hands at your thighs, which really helps to pull your legs into you deeply, and then roll back while keeping your hands at your thighs. And as you watch, you might see that you have the potential to use momentum, which, like I said, we'll get to that. At this point, you're just trying to be able to roll back and up. So, and then when you feel like you've got that one down, go to your hands at your shins. Right on right, left on left. And pull the legs in close to you and roll back and up. And then eventually we work up to an even more advanced position where your right hand goes to your left shin and ankle, and then you put your left hand on your right arm. And so at this point, you're in as small of a ball as you can manage to roll. Okay, now what if, say, when you're trying to pull your thighs in towards your chest to keep yourself in that little ball, you find that ball becoming bigger. That's where you're going to take a ball, to use term rolling like a ball, oh, the irony, or a yoga block. And you're going to place that ball between your belly and your thighs. And so here, you could still do hand at your thighs or your shins, and you're going to keep that ball really close to you while rolling, which you can see, or hopefully feel more likely, of how it really helps massage your spine at that point. Okay, so there's the ball. Another great one to use if you find you're rounding your shoulders a lot is to use a magic circle or a bar. So the magic circle, you would put your feet through it and pull it up underneath the knees. You could hold out to the side or up above the handles, right? Or you could even turn it this way so you don't even have to worry about the handles. And so you're gonna pull up on the circle with your elbows wide, and you can feel how that no longer rolls your shoulders forward if that's something that you struggle with. You just keep lifting the elbows up. So, and then I realize that magic circles only come in one size. That is why a bar is also a very good option. So then, and it can be a little wider as well, depending on your shoulders and your arms. So then you would do the same thing. Have it underneath your knees, pull your legs in close to you, elbows wide, and roll. So in this one, it does really help your shoulders. And then you could go one step further to make sure that we're staying in our little ball. And this is where it gets a little crazy. And so you have your ball and your bar. So you stay in that little ball while you roll. Okay, and then the very last tip to help you with your rolling like a ball is to place your elbows on top of your knees. So now think of like two magnets, one in each elbow and then also one in each knee. So that's actually 4. All right, so they're gonna stay together the whole time that you roll. So you pick your feet up, elbows, you could go on the top of the knees or you could go at the side of the knees. Either way, keep them there for how you roll. And this really helps tell you if you're using momentum, because if they don't stay together and your legs pull you back up, that's how you know that you're using momentum. So ideally, we want to do it without all of that momentum and more of our entire body and our breath, which I didn't even talk about. So remember your breath while you're rolling back up. I mentioned the breath in the earlier part, so make sure you're breathing. But I hope that these tips really helped you. So try them out. And then if you can, let me know in the comments which one worked the best for you. They're gonna work differently for all of us. I would just like to hear which one worked for you. So thanks for watching and have a good day.